According to the decision of the European Union, gas will end in 2027. We can still make some reserves, I think, in November of 2027. And according to the decision of the European Commission, Russian gas will end. We have filed a complaint against it. Whether the relevant court will decide by 2027, I do not know, but our official stance is, let's diversify the supply options for all fuels, but let's also keep open the possibility when it comes to Russian oil and Russian gas. What's the matter with that? We were simply at a meeting yesterday where it was clearly stated to us that the Americans have a huge interest in buying all transit infrastructures, so that will be really great fun. So the Russians will supply the Americans with gas and oil at standard prices, and the Americans will sell it to us with an American high-margin surcharge. Are we such idiots already? So I don't quite agree with this. I believe that diversification is necessary. We must have the possibility to take oil through tankers as well. We tried it, but it can also go through the Adria pipeline. But it is more expensive, and the fees are high with Adria. But likewise, if we are historically connected and the refinery is built for Russian oil, why shouldn't we take Russian oil? And please, let's stop using the argument that by buying Russian oil and gas, we are financing the Russian military machine. It's nothing. It's a speck when we take the total revenues from Russian oil and gas sales. Moreover, after all, the share of Russian liquefied gas in Europe is increasing. So we can't, but France can buy liquefied gas from Russia. These arguments are somehow disappearing. So we know that Russian gas will end in 2027. So this problem is solved. If we don't win the dispute, I would be glad if we won the dispute. And that nonsense regulation is Repower EU to get it removed. Repower EU to simply remove it. And as for oil, I expect a similar decision like Repower EU to come again. To cancel it all. Again. For now, we have an exemption for taking Russian oil, and therefore we need to prepare for a qualitatively new situation. I can't quite imagine if we will be able to end the war in Ukraine by then. In my opinion, it will be very complicated, considering the positions we see from both sides. The meetings I have with the president, meetings with Zelensky or President Putin, are valuable because we get precious information. They will be calling soon. What did Putin say? What did Putin say? But it will be that you should go there and talk to him. We are a small state. Slovakia is a small country that defends its own national interests. And I clearly told President Putin that yesterday. Mr. President, we are in the European Union. This is our living space. And we want to be in the European Union. That means I cannot make decisions that would harm the European Union as a whole. Nor do I make them. The fact that I went to lay wreaths at the grave of the unknown Red Army soldier is hopefully not a violation or harm to the European Union as such. So I take note, Mr. Editor, of what you said, that Fitch Ratings says there is some dependency, but that's behind us. This topic simply ceases to exist today. So I don't know if in future years they say this is negative, it won't apply anymore, because if we do not manage to remove obligations, then in the year 2021, we ended with Russian gas and Russian oil, which I consider to be a big nonsense. A big nonsense.